Welcome back to day 7. So today I'm gonna do this again. As you know that this is already my daily job because I do this every day. This is like for me a starting ritual. Before I study, I do this and I can do this every day. So without further ado, speed up time. So yeah guys, it's done as you can see. So let's get into learning. I know this OBS will crash, so I'll just stop recording. I don't want it to crash. So hello guys, we'll start learning now, okay? So I will not talk much like always because this is me studying. I will only talk when I need to talk or I want to talk. So yeah, let's just start.
Welcome back to my Roblox beginner scripting tutorial. Welcome back to my Roblox beginner scripting tutorial series. My name is Braldev, and if you've made it this far into the series, well, first of all, shout out to you for making it this far. But second, I have good news for you. This is the final new concept we're going to be learning inside of this tutorial guide, and I'm going to go more into detail about this later. But essentially, in the next episode after this one, we're going to be taking everything we've learned and putting it all into our first game that we're going to be creating. And before we can do that, I need to teach you this last concept, which arguably is the hardest one in the series, and it's also going to be the longest one in the series. So this one's going to require your full attention, and I hope that you're going to be able to understand this concept by the end of this episode. So what are we going to be learning for this final concept? Well, I'm going to be teaching you tables and how to use them inside of your Roblox games. So what is a table? It's basically a data structure that holds multiple pieces of data together all inside of one sort of collection. So it's when you take multiple pieces of data with different data types, you put them together so that you can manipulate them or move them around or even access them as you so desire to, all contained within one collection or one table or one group or however you want to call it inside your script. And there's two types of tables that I'm going to be teaching you inside this video. One of them is arrays and the second one is dictionaries. So if we were to go to the Explorer and we inserted a script inside the workspace, I'm going to rename the script to tables and I'm going to enter just like this. And I'm also going to delete the code here. Okay, so the first one I'm going to be teaching you is arrays. Now, basically what an array is it's a table where we group values together in sequential order.
Wait. I always do like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 until day 7, like the Roblox file and everything. Do you guys think that it's better if I make it into one folder or if I just separate it? For me, I think it's better for me to just separate it because I can see my progress each day, right? But if I make it in one file, then you can see like the accumulation of days. Nah, it doesn't matter. I'll keep learning.
And it's just going to be values that we're going to be storing inside a table, and that's all it is going to be. So if I were to show you what this looks like, let's first create a variable. So I'm just going to call this one local my array, just like this, and we're going to set this equal to a new syntax that I haven't showed you before because this one is going to be specifically for creating tables. So what we're going to do is write down the open and close curly brackets just like this. So we're not going to be using open and close parentheses like we have been in a lot of the tutorials in the past, but instead we're going to be using open and close curly brackets to indicate that this is going to be a new table that we're going to create. And right now this table is empty because we haven't put values inside of it. So let me show you how to add values inside of this array. So what we can do is basically put down whatever value we want, and this can be of any type. It can be a number, it can be a string just like this, or it can even be a boolean as well. It doesn't really matter what it is, but let's say for our first value we put inside of here, it can be a number 10 just like this. Now, if we want to add another value to this, we separate each value we add with a comma just like this, and then we add something new like a string. We can do the same thing with adding a boolean, and we probably add another number as well, like I don't know, 500 or something. And so now we have 4 values inside this table. Now, what's interesting about an array is first of all, we're just adding values inside this table, but second, the way we access values is also in sequential order from the left side all the way to the right side. So it's important to know how to access values inside of an array, and that's by using their positional value of where they're located inside the table. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, if we started at 10, this is essentially at position 1 inside the table, and if we were at the string value, it's at position 2 inside of the array. This one's at position 3, and then this one's at position 4. So it goes from left to right just like this. Now, if we were to access a specific value inside this array, then we would drop a line just like this. We'll make a print statement statement. And then what we're going to do is, let's say we want to access the first value inside of here. Then what we're going to do is first write down the array just like this, say my array, and then we're going to add in open and close hard brackets just like this. So it kind of looks like a square just like this, because what we're going to put inside of here is a positional value that's going to essentially look through the table, finds the value that's inside the position, and then it's going to return it. So in this case, we're going to look at position 1. So this is what we're going to put inside of here. So it's going to go through the table and it's going to look for position 1 and it's going to return 10 and it's going to print that. So if we go into the game, hit test and hit play, then what we should see in the output is the number 10 because the array was successfully able to look for whatever value was inside of position 1. And we can do the same thing with, I don't know, position 3. And if we go to the game and hit play, then it's going to return true because that's what was in the third position. I hope this is making sense so far. And this is how we're essentially able to access and use arrays inside of our game. Now, what if we wanted to print out every single value that's inside of this array? Well, we're basically just going to use a for loop. So what I'm going to do is comment out this print statement. I'm going to drop 2 lines and then we're going to make a for loop. So what we're going to do is say for, and we can call this counter variable the index just like this. And we're going to set this equal to the first position of the array, which is always going to be 1. And we're going to space this out with a comma. And then the max value is going to be the number of elements that are inside of our array, which in this case is going to be 4. Now, we could say 4, but there's actually a better way of doing this because what if we change the value of this every single time? Oh, by the way, I forgot to hit stop. My apologies on that. If we were to add another value really quickly just like this, then this is going to be 5 elements instead of 4. And we're going to have to constantly come back and update this value every single time. So there's actually a better way of doing this that can automatically update the end value for however many elements we have inside of here. And that is called using a hashtag symbol or a pound symbol. So what it's going to look like is basically this, and we're going to put down my array. So essentially what's happening here is we're taking the array and we're using a hashtag or pound symbol before it to basically give us the number of elements that are inside of this array. So
Mm.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4 elements inside of here, so this is going to return 4. So that's a better way of getting the number of elements inside of an array is by doing it like this. So then we're going to say do, and we're going to enter. Now we're going to make a print statement, and we're going to access my array just like this, and then inside of the hard brackets, we're going to put down the index because it starts at 1, and then once we go down this iteration, it's going to update this index to 2, and then it's going to go to the second one, and then the third one, and then the fourth one, and it's going to print out every single one. So if we go to the game, hit play, then what we should see is every single value inside of the array being printed just like so, because that is how we iterate through all of the elements within an array. Okay, but this is how we print all the elements inside of an array using a for loop. But why can't we just print the array itself? So if I were to delete this and then just print out my array, there's a lot of technical reasons behind doing it like this, but if I were to show you what this looks like, if we go to the game and hit play, then it's going to show a table with a hash value that's contained within it. Now again, this relates to a lot of backend stuff when it comes to creating objects and storing them inside of memory within the game, and I don't want to go into those technical details right now, but basically what you need to know is you can't print the array itself because the array is a table object. So it's not going to print out whatever's contained in the table itself, since we're just going to have to go through every single element in the array to print them individually instead. So that's just something quick I want to add, and that is basically the introduction to arrays. Now Roblox has some very useful functions that can allow us to manipulate items in a table while the game is running. So if we were to, let's say, think of an example of when this would happen inside an actual game, is if you were to unlock a pet inside of Pet Simulator X, or if you were to unlock a new aura inside of like an RNG game or something like that, then we have to add the new value to our inventory table. But that's like an oversimplified example I can give when it comes to those sorts of things. But the important thing we need to know about is being able to add and remove values from a table while the game is running. So I'm going to show you 2 methods that Roblox has for us within a infrastructure or a library that they have for us. So I'm just going to delete this piece of code over here, and we're first going to make a new table. So I'm going to say local my array equals, and then we're going to put in the open and close curly brackets just like this. So this represents an empty table. So what I'm going to do down here is drop 2 lines, and here's what we're going to do. So we're going to use Roblox's library called table in all lowercase just like this. And then when we hit dot, then there's going to be all these methods we can use. And the first one I'm going to show you is called table.insert, and this basically allows us to add values to this array that we have over here, or just any table in general. So we're first going to pass in the my array table, and then for the second argument, we're going to add a value that's going to be put at the end of this array. So at the end of this array, we can put down, let's say, the number 10. So if I were to basically explain what this does, this is an empty array right now, and if we were to see all the elements within this table, then it's going to start with nothing. But then if we use table.insert to insert a number to this array, then the only thing that's going to be here is going to be 10. So let's see what this looks like if we were to print out all the elements within the array. So if I were to say for I, I'm just going to say I, which is short for index, and I'm going to set this equal to 1, comma, and then we're going to use the hashtag symbol, my array, just like this, and we're going to say do, and then we're going to print out every single value that's going to be within the array, passing in the index counter variable just like this. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it down here so we can see it twice. So if we were to go to the game and hit play, then what we should see is just the number 10, because when we tried to print the array the first time, there's nothing to print, and then we added 10, and this is what added more values to it. So if I were to hit stop and show you what this looks like, if we were to have a populated table beforehand before adding something else. So if I were to, let's say, have 10, 20, and 30 as the starting array, and if I were to insert, let's say, 40, then what's going to happen is it's going to insert 40 at the end of the table. Rather than at the beginning or in the middle or just somewhere random, it's going to put it at the end of the table. So if I were to hit play once again, then it's first going to start with 10, 20, and 30. But then it's going to print out the new table with 10, 20, 30, and 40 because it added 40 at the end of this array right here. And that is essentially how you insert new values inside an array. So I'm going to hit stop. And now let me show you what happens if we try to remove a value. So I'm going to drop 2 lines once again, and I'm going to say table.remove just like this. And then inside of here, we're going to pass in my array. And now for the second argument, you have to be careful about this one because we passed in a value for the second argument for table.insert. But for table.remove, we're passing in an index, a positional value, to basically look for the value in this array that matches the position and it's going to remove it. So if I were to, let's say, put in 4, then it's going to check for the 4th position and then remove whatever values inside of there. So if we were to insert 40 beforehand, then it's going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, and whatever's going to be on the 4th position, which is 40, that's what it's going to remove. Rather than 40, which is the value itself, it's going to remove whatever's at the 4th position, which is going to be 40. So now if I were to copy this once again and paste it, then what we should see if we go into the game is first we're going to see 10, 20, and 30, then we're going to see 10 with them inside of the game, like while the game's running. The last thing I'm going to talk about with arrays is being able to search through values in the array and then look for specific values within them when we're looping through a script. So what I'm going to do is basically just delete all of these statements we have except for the very first line. And I'm going to add more numbers to this, like we could just say 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So we're just going to go from 10 to 100. Now, if we were to loop through all these values in the array, so if we were to say for I equals 1, comma, pound symbol, my array, do, just like this. And then what we're going to do is basically write a conditional here by saying if my array in hard brackets, then we're going to put down the index like so. So if my array with the index counter variable right there is equal to, let's say, 50, then we're going to make a print statement saying 50 has been found, just like this. And then if we were to go to the game and hit play, then obviously it's going to say 50 has been found inside the table. But if we were to remove this, and if we hit play, that it's not going to print anything because we removed the 50 that we were trying to look for. Okay, now there's another way we can look for values within a table, and we don't have to use a for loop for this. So what I'm going to do is basically just comment out this block of code right over here, and I'm going to drop 2 lines. So what I'm going to do is write a simple function that Roblox has for us called table.find, open close parentheses, just like this. And I'm actually going to wrap this in an if conditional as well. So I'm going to say if table.find, and then what we're going to put inside of here first is the array itself, and then for the second argument, we're going to put down whatever value it is we're trying to look for, which let's say is 50. So if table.find my array 50, then we're going to print 50 has been found, just like this. And if we go into the game and hit play, then what we should see is 50 has been found. Now the reason this is useful is because it also returns the index of where it was able to find its value. And if it didn't find it, then it's going to return nil. So I could say something like local index equals, and we just copy this code we had over here, put it inside here, and we're going to say if index is not equal to nil, so this is basically the same thing as what we had previously, then it's going to say 50 has been found. But if you want to make it more simple, you could just say if table.find my array 50, it's going to return the index. But in this case, we don't really need the index. So that's why we can just keep it like this. Then it's going to say 50 has been found. So these two basically do the same thing. It's just a matter of preference of which one you want to do, and that is how you search through values in an array. So the next table type is a dictionary, and I'm going to first show you this by quickly removing our comments that we had here, and I'm also going to comment out the remaining bits of code just so that we can have the array code as reference.
This returns the index, right? Returns the index where it found. And the difference between Python and everything is this is one index, meaning it starts from one. Other language starts from 0. Okay.
For our dictionaries. Okay, so what is a dictionary? Well, it's basically another type of table that allows us to search through values inside of a dictionary using a key. So when we attach a key to each of these values that's within the dictionary, so we can search up these values by using a key that we've attached to each one of these values. So I want you to imagine like a real life English dictionary where every single word that you see or every single term that you see has a definition attached to it. So if we were to look for a definition of a term, then we search up the term and then we get the definition of that term. So it kind of works the same way here if we're using a table. So if I was to show you how this would look like, we're basically going to create a new dictionary by, let's just say local, let's call this menu. So we're going to create a new menu with different items that we can order inside of this restaurant that we just, I don't know, created off the top of our head with a price associated with them. So what I'm going to do is say local menu, and we're going to set this equal to open close curly brackets just like we did with the arrays. But this time what we're going to do is for organization purposes and also for readability, we're actually going to drop a line like this. So this is still one table, but each single item that we add is going to be spaced out for every single line that we add inside of here. So here's how it's going to look like. There's 2 ways of writing keys, and this is the first one I'm going to show you. So we're basically going to write open close hard brackets, and then we're going to put double quotations inside of here. And then we can put down whatever menu item name that we want inside here. Like let's say we want to add a cheeseburger. Just like this. This is going to be the key. But now we're going to set this equal to a value on the right side, which let's say we're going to make this cheeseburger $15, just something as ridiculous as this. And then we're going to drop a comma and then we're going to hit enter. So as you remember, the way we separate items is by using a milk right side is going to be another value menu, but then return the value of the cheeseburger, which is going to be $15. So if we go to the game and hit play, then what we should see is the number we say menu, and then inside of here we're going to say cola, and then we're going to space this out again by saying menu, and inside of here we're going to say milk. And if we go into the game and hit play, then we should see all the prices for each of the items that we searched for inside the dictionary. So we have 15, 4, and then 4 again. So that's how you access values inside of here. Now, once again, there's another way of writing keys. So I'm just going to comment out this part of the code, and I'm going to just write down the menu again by saying local menu equals open close curly braces, and then we're going to hit enter just like this. So we can say cheeseburger as a variable, and then we're going to set this equals 15, and we can add another one like cola, we're going to set this equals 4. So I'm just going to add 2 of these really quick. So now, if we were to access these variables, we're going to just simply say menu dot whatever the variable is, which is going to be cheeseburger, and this is going to do the exact same thing. So if we go to hit play, then it's going to print out the value, which is 15, since that is the price of a cheeseburger. So these are two ways you can write dictionaries, and I hope you found this part to be useful. Now, one more thing I would like to add is we can modify values in the dictionary that we create. So I'm just going to hit stop really quick. I forgot to do that. And I'm just going to comment out this block of code we have over here, and I'm going to uncomment what we had up here with our previous menu. So what we can do here is we can actually manipulate values given the key that we give it. So what we can do is say menu, and then inside the hard brackets, we can specify what the key we're trying to modify is. So we can say, let's say cheeseburger. We can change the price of the cheeseburger to something different. Like let's say we change this to $5 instead of 15. Then if we were to access this value inside of the game now, so if we were to go to the game and hit play, then it's going to say 5 instead of 15 because we were able to change the value just like this. And we can basically do the same thing with the other way we created the dictionary. So if I were to comment this out one more time, if I were to uncomment this part, we can basically just say menu.cheeseburger equals 5 just like this. And it's going to do the exact same thing if we go to the game, then it's going to print 5 just like that. And so that is how we use dictionaries inside of our scripts. So we know how to use for loop and also being able to use index values to iterate through a table. But there's actually a more conventional way of iterating through tables, especially with key value pairs, and that's with the use of pairs loops, which is going to be the final concept we're going to be learning like that. And so that is how we use dictionaries inside of our scripts. So we know how to use for loop and also being able to use index values to iterate through a table. But there's actually a more conventional way of iterating through tables, especially with key value pairs, and that's with the use of pairs loops, which is going to be the final concept we're going to be learning about inside this tutorial guide. And this is going to be a very important one to know about. So what I'm going to do really quickly is delete the code that we've had at the end here, and I'm also going to uncomment the first dictionary creation we had over here with the menu. Okay, so what do I mean by pairs and iPairs loops? Well, basically, when we've been accessing items inside of our dictionary with the key and value, we've had the key, and then that would return. We've had the key, and then that would return the value of whatever's going to be contained inside this dictionary. But if we want to be able to access all the keys and all the values while we iterate through all the items within a dictionary or just a table in general, we need to know how to use pairs and iPairs loop, because this is also useful if we're trying to iterate through multiple items within one object inside the Explorer, and that's what I'm going to be showing you how to do first with tables and then with models inside our game. So what I'm going to do is basically just remove these two lines of code we have over here, and we have our menu currently right here. But what we're going to do is say for, and we're actually going to create two variables with this pairs loop. So the first one is going to be a variable for the key. So we're going to say for menu item just like this, and then comma, we're going to say whatever the variable of the right side is going to be, which is going to be the price, and then we're going to say in pairs just like this, and then we're going to say open and close parentheses, and then we're going to pass in the menu dictionary like this, and then we're going to say do like so. So what's going to happen here is we have two variables. One of them is going to be every single, and the other one's going to be the price, cola, and the milk. So the reason it went out of order is because when we're using pairs, it's going to pick the items inside of the dictionary inside of a random order, and it's going to print out everything that's inside there. That's why we need to use what's called iPairs, which is actually because notice that when we printed out all the items that are contained within the menu, it's out of order. It started with pancakes, and the other one's going to be inside the menu with the price that's next to it. So this is how we're able to iterate through a table that gives us two variables. One of them going to be the item, and the other one's going to be the price. And that is basically how you make a pairs loop. Now you might have noticed that when we printed out all the items that are contained within the menu, it's out of order. It started with pancakes, then it went to cheeseburger, cola, and then milk. So the reason it went out of order is because when we're using pairs, it's going to pick the items inside of the dictionary inside of a random order, and it's going to print out everything that's inside there. That's why we need to use what's called iPairs, which is actually going to iterate through all of the items sequentially from where it is first created to where it is last created. And I'm going to be showing you this using the my array that we created at the top of this code right over here. So what I'm going to do is comment out all of this code with the dictionary, and I'm going to uncomment everything that has to do with our array that's over here. I'm actually going to delete this part of the code right here. So if we're going to be iterating through all the elements within this array, we don't necessarily need to use keys for this, but instead we're going to create an index variable. So what we're going to do is say for index, comma, and then we're going to say number in I pairs just like this. And then inside of here we're going to put my array just like this, and we're going to say do like that. So what we can do from here on out is just basically print out the index and also print out the number as well. So So what's essentially going to happen here is since we're using iPairs, it's going to start at the very beginning and it's going to go in sequential order. All the way to the end because it's going to 30, 4, 45, 50, just like this. And this is how we use iPairs and also how we're able to go through every item in sequential order. So now I'm going to hit stop, and that's basically how we use iPairs inside our scripts. Now there's two more tips that I can give you that's very useful, and that is basically hiding variables that we don't need. So for this index instance, we can actually just use an underscore to basically say that we don't want this variable since we don't need it. And this is how we use a pairs or an iPairs loop if we don't want a specific variable. We can even do it with values as well, but I don't know why you would do that since we don't really need to do that. But usually this is helpful for indexes if you don't need the index when you're looping through a pair. So this is just something I wanted to add in case you wanted to use this inside of your for loops, since I do use this quite a bit. And I'm going to show you how this is useful for what I'm going to show you last. So this is going to be the last thing we're going to be doing, and that is using a model and iterating through all the parts inside of the model. So what I'm going to do is take our model that we created from one of our previous episodes. I forgot which one it was. I think it was events. But basically, if you don't have a model like this, you can just quickly create one and add 3 parts inside this model. And what I'm going to do is, well, first of all, I'm going to comment out all the code we have over here, and I'm going to make reference to our model that we created inside.
Okay. I'm sorry I didn't talk much. Something just happened and my mode of learning is pretty bad, but it's fine. It's just like my focus is ping. It's good. I can still focus. No worries. Um,
The workspace. I'm going to say local model equals game.workspace.model, just like this. And what I'm going to do is loop through every single item that's inside the model. So I'm actually going to delete the script that we have inside here, and we're going to iterate through all the parts that are in here. So we're going to say for, and we can say index, comma, and we can say part in pairs, just like this, open and close parentheses, and then we're going to say model. But model is a model data type. What we want is a table full of all of the objects that are contained within the model. So what we can do is say colon get children, just like this, open and close parentheses, and then we can say do. Now, get children basically returns a table full of every single child that's within the model parent, just like this. And so what we can do here is basically use all these, we can basically manage, and this is how we loop through models using pairs. So we can basically print out, let's say, the part.name for every single one of them, and this is how we can basically access multiple parts inside of a model that's grouped together within one table. And this is how we can use tables and pairs to basically manipulate whatever it is we want inside of our scripts, inside groups. So as you can see, it printed out part 3, part 1, and part 2, just like so. And we can do a whole bunch of other things like change the parts and also whatever it is we want to change within them. So that is basically everything that I have to offer for you for this tutorial guide. Now, we are not finished with the tutorial guide because in the next episode, we're going to be taking everything we learned inside of this tutorial guide and we're going to create our first game before we conclude this tutorial guide. And I'm very excited to see it. If you made it this far into the tutorial guide, I can't thank you enough for watching through all these tutorials because you're learning a lot just from watching every single video and applying everything that you've learned inside of every video and then putting your code in the comments of all of the videos that you've been watching up to this point. You're learning a lot. And I'm excited to see what you're going to be creating with what I've taught you throughout this tutorial guide. So once again, for the final learning objective, well, this might be the final one or it might not be, I'm not really too sure. But for today's learning objective, I want you to take all of what you've learned with tables, whether that be through dictionaries or with arrays, and also with pairs and ipairs. I want you to do whatever you want to do with them. You're completely free with whatever you want, and take in whatever you learned throughout this entire tutorial guide inside of your code as well to make one final script. And I want you to take everything you've learned and put it inside the comment section of this video so that other people can see it, and whatever it is that you feel comfortable sharing as well. I want you to share that to the world, just like I've been sharing my knowledge to you. So with that being said, that's gonna be for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care. Welcome back to my Roblox beginner scripting tutorial series.
okay, this is the last episode for the beginner scripting tutorial. So yeah, let's go. Let's go! This is the last one. Let's go. Oh, my head hurt. Toilet break. Hello guys. Toilet break is done. Now we will continue.
Welcome back to my Roblox beginner scripting tutorial series. My name is Braldev, and this is the final episode of our beginner scripting tutorial guide. And if you made it this far into the series, then huge respects to you, because I think a lot of people would have left by like the second or third episode. So the fact that you made it this far means that you're really interested in being able to make a Roblox game, and you're fully committed to making that happen, which I'm really proud of. So basically what we're going to be doing for this episode is we're going to be taking everything we've learned up until this point, and we're going to create our first game, as I'm going to show you right over here. This is essentially going to be taking everything we've learned, and we're going to create our first game by doing so. So I'm just going to show you what this game is if we hit play when we go to test. And basically what we have here is an obstacle course. Now this obstacle course is a little unique compared to a traditional obstacle course or obby or whatever you want to call it. So first things first is we have these yellow balls over here, where if we touch it, then it's going to increment our leader stat that we have up here called coins, and it's going to be a random number from like I think 1 to 5, where if we step on it, then it's going to change our coins value to something between 1 and 5. It's going to add that to our leader stat, and it's also going to make it transparent as well, just like this. But the main thing about this obstacle course is we have a button for each stage for this obstacle course. So if we step on it, then the gate at the end of it is going to open, and there's going to be a timer at the output showing how many seconds we have left before we make it across. So once we do make it across, then it's going to close the gate, and if you didn't make it in time, then you have to go down and press the button again. So this is stage 2, which is basically the exact same thing, except we have a smaller time frame. So as you saw right there, I barely had enough time to actually get through that thing, and so we basically just continue from here on out. Every single stage we make is basically the same idea, where we press a button, and then there's a certain amount of time that's going to pass before the gate closes on the other side. And so in taking everything we've learned, we're going to recreate this obstacle course, but I highly encourage you to try making this game yourself first with everything you've learned before we start implementing it inside this episode. So with that being said, if you've attempted to make this game by yourself, then we can go ahead and go straight into implementing. So I've loaded up a fresh base plate here, and it's by yourself, then we can go ahead.
Making this game by myself? I think I can do it. He's trying to make an OB. Then okay, I know if I log out, it's gonna crash. So I'm gonna stop recording, and then I'll start fresh. So guys, I'm gonna dedicate my 2 hours into making this one game. Okay, this will be my first game that I make. And what does everyone do when they make their first game? Of course, they make an OB. So I'm gonna make an OB. Yeah, using everything I've learned so far. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I'll try my best. So I have no idea what I should do right now, but I should try to implement what the YouTuber said. I'll implement like a button that will make it like passable, transparent, and not passable. I think I can do it and make it so my coin increase when I collect it. I'll try to make a real coin that disappears or reset. I don't know. I'll try to make it. I'll try to make it. Wait, let me see what he made.
Game, as I'm going to show you right over here. This is essentially going to be taking everything we've learned, and we're going to create our first game by doing so. So I'm just going to show you what this game is if we hit play when we go to test. And basically what we have here is an obstacle course. Now this obstacle course is a little unique compared to a traditional obstacle course or obby or whatever you want to call it. So first things first is we have these yellow balls over here, where if we touch it, then it's going to increment our leader stat that we have up here called coins, and it's going to be a random number from like I think 1 to 5, where if we step on it, then it's going to change our coins value to something between 1 and 5, and it's going to add that to our leader stat, and it's also going to make it transparent as well, just like this. But the main thing about this obstacle course is we have a button for each stage for this obstacle course. So if we step on it, then the gate at the end of it is going to open, and there's going to be a timer at the output showing how many seconds we have left before we make it across. So once we do make it across, then it's going to close the gate, and if you didn't make it in time, then you have to go down and press the button again. So this is stage 2, which is basically the exact same thing, except we have a smaller time frame. So as you saw right there, I barely had enough time to actually get through that thing, and so we basically just continue from here on out. Every single stage we make is basically the same idea, where we press a button, and then there's a certain amount of time that's going to pass before the gate closes on the other side. And so in taking everything we've learned, we're going to recreate this obstacle course, but I highly encourage you to try making this game yourself first with everything you've learned before we start implementing it inside this episode. So with that being said, if you've attempted to make this game by yourself,
Okay, I'm going to try. Okay, I'm going to try. First of all, I don't want. I'll spend my hours. Okay, I'll try to use all my knowledge to make my first game. So I really like incremental games, guys, and incremental games is my life. So what I'm going to do is make my first incremental game. I don't know what I should do yet, but because it is an OB, I'm gonna make an OB incremental game where you actually need to walk around to get money. Does that sound interesting? Okay, so what I'm going to do, is actually make the first part first. Okay, I'm going to make the part right here. I'll scale it up. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and I will think about like the stuff later, like the hard stuff. I mean, like the decorating stuff. I'll take it later. I'll make the game work first. Okay, so I don't want people to go around to nowhere. I want people to actually go and play the thing. So I'm gonna make a wall first, like this, duplicate it, left and right. No, I'm gonna make it longer. This 40. Okay, that looks nice. Make it there and there. Okay, there you go. And then duplicate it too. Make it small. Make it 4 like this. Make it far away. Wait, what is the size of this? The size is 2. It's not 4. So make it 2. Make it smaller. Make it bigger here. This part 4.5. I guess that's fine. Okay. Now we got a part where I don't think we can go out. Okay, that's really nice. Okay, next I will make the course. Okay. So first of all, I'll try to make the simple part. Okay. Wait. Hmm. I really like to manage my stuff well. So I don't like if there is like this a lot of part like that, but it's fine. It's fine for now. And then I'll try to make the parkour. Okay. How do I make it? So first of all, I'll make a part like this. Okay. This is a simple parkour. I think everyone can do it. Let's make it like 2 starts. Yeah, make it like this. My first game. My first game. So I don't need to be pixel perfect, right? I don't need to worry about the little things. I just need to make it work. Okay, let's see if I can jump over that thing. Oh yeah, I think I can. I think I can. Is it too high? No, I don't think so. I'll make it 5. Okay, then I'll make it so it moves up like that. Move it up, it down a little. Wait, let's not make it too hard. Okay, let's make it simple. Go up. I think this is too high. I think the block is too big. Let's scale it down. Like let's make it 2.5. Yeah, I think that looks way better. Duplicate it and then I put it right here and then I move it up. This. Okay, it's 4 and I duplicate it and I move it, then I move it up again. Ooh, look at that. Simple things. Okay, and then duplicate it, move it there, move it up again. Now I got a stair. Okay, now this need to be anchored, right? This need to be anchored. So I'll just anchor it. Boom. Now it'll never go anywhere. And then duplicate it again. Let's make it 5. Okay, let's not make it too long. We want this game to be simple, simple enough for everyone to play, not not hard or anything. Now, let's make the wait. Let's duplicate this again and move it right like this. Oh, wait, I don't need to do that. I can just scale this up, right? Okay, and then I make a wall. I make a wall. I duplicate this, and then I make it bigger. Make it like this thin, wall thin. Make it really big so people cannot pass through the side and move it up a little bit. Boom. Look at that, man. I'm getting proficient through it. Now, let's make this like a wall. Let's make this wall. Ooh, I got a lot of part. This is hurting my brain. Wait, I need to make it as a group first. So, can I make like a folder? Yeah, I'll make a folder of parts. So I'll rename it into part. This will be like the useless part that I don't do anything to it anymore. So I'll put it there. Okay, nice. And this part I'll rename it to like obstacle. Okay, I'll make it into green. Which green is good? Right? I wanna see which green is good. I think this. Oh, I think this green is nice. Lime green. No, no, no. Bright green. Forest green. I like this bright green. I like this green. It's good. I'll move it a little bit to the right because it's not in the middle. I think that looks just about right. And then I need to make a button. Okay. Oh, I need to make this further up, like further. Wait, is there like something there? Oh yeah, there's something there. I'll delete this and I'll scale this longer like that. Now I don't know how many times will it do. Okay, so this will be my first time scripting. So I'll make a button here. Okay, the button will be square like this. So if I touch it, this two. Okay, I need to touch this button. So I'll make it in the middle. It's fine. Okay, and then I'll make the button red because button is usually red, right? Let's make it like bright, really bright red. Like that. Okay, can I make it like glow or something? Hmm. Well, it doesn't matter. I just need to touch it, right? So the script needs to be I want to make this block, which is an obstacle, and this will be a button, right? And then I'll make a script here. Script. So the script is first I need to locate the button. To locate the button, local button equals button dot no game dot workspace dot button and then local obstacle, yeah, obstacle game dot workspace dot obstacle. Okay, now I already located the button. Now I just need to remember like when the button is touched. So I can make like button dot touch, right? When the button is touched, then connect. Wait, is that right? Button touch connect function, and then other part, right? The other part is our body, and then what I want to do, okay? Wait, the other part needs to be humanoid. Like so, when it touch, I feel it before, but when it touch the ground, it it suddenly like it will make it will just touch right away, like it will touch right away. I will need to print it. I will print the other part, okay? Other part. So if I run this game, see the best plate actually this one touch this thing. So what I need to do is if other part equals to players humanoid, how do I make humanoid space? If other part equals to wait, what if I touch it? Wait, I need to make it. I will print the other part first, okay? Mm, if I touch it, okay, it works. It works really well. If other part dot, so this is right upper leg and everything, right? So let me see. Like I got players here, and this is our object, and there is our model right here. This is our parts, right? If our parts dot parent have humanoid, so If other parent find first, okay? The other parent is this, right? And then find first child, humanoid, right? If I found this humanoid, then what I want to do is I want to make the obstacle the transparency becomes okay. So first of all, transparency one is like wait, I need to stop the game first. Transparency. So transparency is from 0. I'll make it into like 0.5. Okay, plus 0.5, and then I'll make it the obstacle. The obstacle can collide is off. Obstacle dot can collide is false, right? And then I wait for like 10 seconds or like let's make it like 10 seconds, okay? And then I will make the transparency and can collide into 0 again, and then the can collide to true again. Boom. Now see, wait, it's still 10 seconds too long. 10 seconds too long. Wait, I think something's wrong. If other part dot parent find first child is humanoid, then this will it will do this, but it will do it a lot of time. I need to make it so it do it only one time. So it like "Trup," if fine, and it immediately do this and wait for 10 seconds. Let's make it like 3 seconds for the sake of the thing or two. Oh, I press F11 and it crash. Okay, I'll see you guys again. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Let's make it wait for 2 seconds. Wait. I need to print. I need to print. Okay, print other part. Okay, it print the base plate. Yeah, the base plate. So okay. One, two. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. It already worked. It's easy. It's easy. So what I need to do now is make it so it doesn't like shoot like this. Like it only touch once. Or it actually wait. So it already manually do that. But why is it like that at the first place? Even without me touching it. Why is that? Only when I touch it, it doesn't go transparent. Like it go transparent immediately. I don't know why. Mm, I only do this if the parent or my first child is humanoid. Best plate has no humanoid. So what does that print has? I'll print test 2 here. This is how I debug things. So let's see. Yeah, it didn't go in. It didn't go in. But why does it make like the transparency to 0.5? Oh, I'm dang. Okay, I'm stupid. Okay, okay, that is just me being stupid. Okay, so I need to see if it actually work first. If I can actually pass through the thing. Boom. Oh, oh, 4 seconds is too fast. Oh, 2 seconds is too fast. Let's make it 4 seconds. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Pass. Woo! Dang. My first OP. Oh yeah. I am the master of Roblox game development. Now I need to actually make the coin, right? This is already easy. Now I need to make the coin. So to make a coin, I just do sphere. Sphere is like a coin, right? And then I move it like here. And I'll make sure I can actually pass through it. Okay. Like that. Um, okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. I think it's too big. I think it's too big. The coin needs to be smaller, right? Okay. Now that looks like a thing you can collect. Okay. Now I can collect that. And this a coin is usually yellow, so I'll make it yellow. What yellow should I use? I'll make it like this. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. And then I need to anchor this. Okay, right? I need to anchor this. And then I need to duplicate it. Wait, let me rename it first. The coins. So if I duplicate it, it become another coin. Okay, I will make another folder. Okay, another folder called coins. Wait, rename coins. And then I'll put the coin there. And then if I duplicate it, oh, nice, it go inside the folder. So how do I even make this glow? I don't understand. Nah, nah, it's fine. It's fine. Now I'll make it so that when I touch this, oh, go down. When I touch this, my coin actually goes up. So in my script, I need to actually wait. Let me think for a bit, okay? I've learned about how to make leader stats, right? It's easy. I just need to know how to do it. I also make a script inside of a part. I can also make a script inside of a coin. But why don't I just make it all here? Because it will be bad. No? Should I try to make it like here? I'll try to make it inside the coin. Can I put a script inside the coin? Yes. So if I want to find a coin, I'll just say local coin equals to script. The script is this dot parent. Oh, okay. And then if the coin is touched, if the coin is touched, okay, I also need to make a leader stats, right? And leader stats is inside the player. So to make that script, I will need a leader stat. Local. So the player is how to find the player. Oh, if I need to find, I forgot. I forgot how do I see if someone connect button game dot connect button local button Um, my brain. Um, Gemini. How do I see if a player connect? Player edit. Yeah. That's what I mean. Local player was game get service. Is it get service? Is it not connect? Is it not like connect? Mm. Like what is get service? Return the service with a class name. Players dot player edit. I'm gonna make it players. No. I need to see like my my project before. Like I want to make a leader stats, right? And to make a leader stats, what I need to do is I need to see if a player is connected. And if a player is connected, I want to make a script which is an instance, right? Mm, okay, this is hard. This is hard. I cannot remember. But what the hell is get service? Player edit dot connect on player edit. Connect the function to the player edit event. What happened if I close this place? I don't know. Let me try. If it crash, then it crash, right? FLS day 7. First game. So if I close this, oh my OBS doesn't break because this is still studio. And let us see on day 6. On day 6, to make a player starts, game.players, player edit. Yeah. And then leader, I make a new instance of folder and the leader starts.name, the instance. Oh, so the folder, the new folder is leader starts. And the parent, I see the parent is the player. The player is me. I see. Okay. Recent experience. What is my recent experience? Home? No. How do I see my, oh, this one. So what do I need to do? What I need to do is game.players dot player edit. If a player is edit, function player player And then if, what is this? Character wait for child connect function, character destroy. Oh, this is just to make the player die. But that's not what I'm trying to do. So instance, no. Local leader stats equals to instance dot new folder. I'll make a new folder. Leader stats dot name equals leader stats, and then leader stats dot parent equals to my player. Okay, okay. Now I already have a leader stats. Now I can just make coins. Local coins equals instant dot new folder. No, do I need to make a new folder for the coins? Oh yeah, sure I need. And then leader starts name, coins the name, and equals to coins. Let's just make it coin, no? And then coin dot parent equals to leader starts. It will be like this, right? See if it works. No, it didn't work. Attempt to call Roblox skip signal value. Stress anymore. Game players. Hmm. How do I do this? Hello? It didn't go in. What is this error? What is this error? Oh, it should be like player edit, no? Player edit. But connect. Ah, I don't understand. I don't understand. If what is player edit even? Like players. If player edit, when a player connect, it doesn't have coin. It doesn't have coins yet. Wait, let me see. Let me see if it works. The workspace, there is this. Oh, I already have my leader starts in the object. Oh, should the coin like be outside the leader stats? Oh, the coin should not be a folder. The coin should be like a string or something, right? Number. Coin dot value. Okay, let's try. Yeah. Yeah, I've made the coin. I've made the coin. Simple, simple. Now, now, this is a coin, right? I want to make it. So, if a coin is touch, local coin is script.parent, okay? Coin.touch. Coin.touch. What do we do is function other part And then what do we do is, can I see say workspace here? No, in there is no workspace here because yeah, workspace is not here just because we are inside the coin. So to get outside the coins, what we need to do is coin equals script.parent. Okay. And then I want to make it so that local, um, what is it? The leader starts is the players, right? Players is outside. What is like outside the workspace? What is like the first thing? This is hard. Like players equals oh, eh, game. Oh, game dot works game dot players game dot players, right? Then player dot leader inside of the players, right? Inside of the players, there is a leader starts which have a coin. If other part other part dot parent other part dot parent find first child humanoid. This humanoid, then player Mm. How do I change the leader starts here? What do I need to do? I know I can make it. I close it. I close the script. Close the coin script. It's really hard to make it here, right? Can I just make it like here? If coin it touch, then yeah, okay. I need some help. Increment the coin value. Ooh, object-oriented programming. The corrected coin script. So coins, because script the parent, it's true. Yes. What the hell is get service? I need to use it. And the coin is touch, right? Get character model from the touching parts parent. If this, isn't this like already, yeah? Get the character model from touching the parts parent. So if local, so this is the character that touch, right? Equals other part dot parent. Character is other part dot parent. Oh, that this is the name, right? And then if humanoid is character dot find first child plus humanoid. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, return the first child whose class name is equal to the given class name. Humanoid. If humanoid is not null, then players. If humanoid, then hmm, wait, if humanoid, then local. I make a player. How do I make it so like the coin? Hmm. How do I get the player? How do I get the player object? player. Who am I? Who am I? So I am players dot get children. Return the player whose player character matches the given instant or nil if one cannot be found. I need to print this. Print player. Oh, if I touch the coin, oh, coin for child is this. Then it should print my name, no? Oh, get game player from character. Character is other part dot parent. Other part dot parent is other part dot parent is red blood cell 3. That's correct. So other part dot parent is red blood cell 3. So what I need to find is players with the same name. So players get player from character, which is my character. So now the player, the name is red blood cell 3, right? Okay, okay. Now I think that I am already there because now the character is me, the name. Players get player from character. Oh, oh, I already get. So now I'm inside, right? I'm already inside. Now I just need to access that, right? Local player. If player is found, then player, we need to make a new leader stats equals player find first child leader stat, right? And then coin equals leader stats dot find first child coin. Isn't that right? Isn't that cool? Isn't that right? Wait, is coin leader stats new folder? The parent is the leader stats. That's true. Now, if player touch, then coin dot value Mm, to print zero, no? Because the value is zero. So yeah, I can do that. If coin exists, of course, which of course is exists, then coin dot value plus and math dot random at 125. Okay, let's see. Let's see. That's cool. So the coin, I cannot collide with it anymore, right? If coin, then coin dot can collide. Wait, coin is this. Oh, this should be coin value. It cannot be a coin because coin is another thing right there. Coin dot can collide equals to false. Now, coin dot transparency equals to 0.21. Can you do that? Wait, it is not gone. It is not destroyed. How do I make it so it only add once? So it doesn't add without destroying it. Like so the coin only go transparent, for example. No, the can collide should already be first because coin is to be collected, right? Coin is to be collected. So the collidable should not be collidable. So I can make the collide transparency. It's okay. Collision, the can collide is already like that. So I can collide. But once I actually touch it, then if coin value, let's make like coin local touch equals false. It it only add if not touch and not touch, then it goes there. But once it's touch and we go touch equals true, like that. But this will keep calculating. Wait, what? Oh, if it touch, then it make it false again. Make it outside. That. But this always checks. Is this like good for the game? Because it always checks. It always checks if it touch or not. I think there is something better that I can do, right? Should be. I don't know what, but there should be something good that I can do with it. And like my code is debug method. Hmm, not touch. Oh, thing can collide. Wait. I'm not changing the can collide. I'm not changing the can collide. Oh wait. Wait. Oh, wrong code, wrong code. Wait, what? Players? I didn't do that. Players get player from character to safely identify player. Oh yes, I already do that. Player. The permanent debounce. Your Oh. Oh, there is a collection. We can destroy the coin after it's done. Reset the coin, then the coin should reappear, right? And I can make a respawn timer. Like I wait 5 seconds. And then I make the transparency into 0 again. And then I make the touch false. And the can collide is always false. So, so, ooh, look at them, eh? Oh, reset the coin to be collected again. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So now I can just duplicate the coin like this. Ooh, that's cool. That's cool, my guy. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I can already see me making games with this. Like, can I make like a game where I can place my own coin, right? And then the coin you just need to run back, and the upgrade will give you many more coins. And the coins you'll be able to make your own like coin pad. And then you will be able to put more coins. So you collect coins and then upgrade and then collect more coins and then upgrade. Ooh, I think it's good. Okay. Okay, I think this works really well. Yeah. I think it's all done, man. I think my first game is done. Boom. Collect the coin. Collect the coin. No. No, I didn't. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. But the color is still too bright. I'll make the transparency into like 0.9. Let me try that. Oh, wait. It only changed one coin. I need to change all the coin script. How do I change all transparency? Hmm. So, find like the transparency. Oh, so that is how I can replace all the coin transparency. Okay, that's cool. Yeah! 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 Like an obstacle. So, object-centric approach, putting the script inside the part is generally better, but the service-centric approach is also useful for specific cases. So, here's a breakdown of why and when you should use each method. Script inside the part. This is a method you use on coin, okay? Mass produce item. Easy duplication. Project what this coin does. Okay. Automatic referencing. Use script parent for easy and referencing. Okay. Not ideal for a single permanent object that controller system, like a game manager. The script is placed in surface, like server script surface or star player script. Unique permanent object main door, single use quest trigger, global system, script and management in this parade part as one. All important game logic is in one place. You must manually define every part you need. Oh yeah. If you duplicate the button, the syntax you want to know about the new button unless you add it to the code. Mm. So if I make it inside the button, I make this inside the button. So button, I make a new script. Open brackets equals script dot parent equal obstacle equals game dot workspace dot obstacle. I can like put everything there and the code will be clean. Hmm. Need to rename this button script, coin script, global script, and I like close all. global script. Will this still work? Oh yeah. Oh no, I lose. No. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've done it,
Then we
my
can go ahead and
guy.
go straight into implementing yourself first.
I've done it. I've done it. But this is not an incremental game. I mean, it's an incremental game because I can keep collecting the coin. Yeah. Yeah. Can I buy it for a coin upgrade? I'll try to make a coin upgrade, okay? How do I write something inside Roblox? Like how can I write something? Oh, I'll try to make an upgrade, okay? I don't know how to write it yet, but I'll try to make a button that can upgrade the number of coin got. So first of all, okay, the coin will not be random from 0 to 5 and make it 1, okay? No, no, I should not make it 1. Like increment, like local in coin increment equals to 1. So this will be coin increment, okay? So I will make a new button, okay? Button to upgrade. Ooh, this is another button. So I'll try to make another button to upgrade coins. So to upgrade coins, you'll need to, I'll make this part into, I'll make a block, this. I'll make this into an upgrade, okay? This into an upgrade block, 4 times 4. Okay, let's make it green. Oh, I can also make it like, if I cannot upgrade it, it's red, right? Oh no, it's transparent. I'll make it green like that. And if I can already upgrade it, upgrade button, upgrade button. If I can already upgrade it, then, so first of all, this transparency, transparency will be like 0.9. Okay. So you cannot see it well, right? Upgrade button. I can like make a script. Oh, I can do this and then I can press this, right? Ooh, that's cool. So local, can I make this like button too? Upgrade button. Upgrade button equals to script the parent. I don't need the GUI yet. So how do I get my coin? So my leader start is here, right? So to get this leader start, I need to get the player. How do I get the player? I get the player by local, like in the coin script. I make like local player equals to game dot players. Wait. I need to find it by myself. Okay. So how do I find the player? Right. Game dot players and player name. Oh no. This is the players and local player equals players dot get player from character players. Do I find the character? Um, how do I do this? So I need to find a player, right? Get player from character. Mm, I want to make a block to make an upgrade button. But this button will work. A transparency of 0.9 credit. And I already have the block, right? I already have the block. But how do I know? How do I reference myself as a player that has that coin? So when I see, because in Roblox Studio, I will see according to their coin. I'm gonna make a script inside the upgrade button. Okay. Okay. I want to make an upgrade button. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I explain well. Goal for beginner. You're correct. If every player needs to see a different appearance for same physical object, the code controlling the appearance must run on their machine only. That means you cannot use regular server script inside the button. You must use a local script. Here's how you set up the mechanics for upgrade button, which will only work for the player viewing it. The setup. First, make sure existing server script is leader stats as exactly as you intended. Yes, of course. The upgrade button script, local script inside the upgrade button. Okay. So first of all, this is upgrade button. Local upgrade cost. So our upgrade button is the upgrade button itself. Of course. Yes, true. And then the button itself, the upgrade button itself. This is button, local button. This is the upgrade button itself. Like, and then local upgrade cost equals to 5. Okay. Players. Okay, let's make these players into players. I don't know what is this get service means. Get service. Return the service with correct class name. Players. This how local script and player view into them. Oh, players dot local player. Oh, local player equals to the players dot local. Oh, okay. If not player, then I wait. Okay, not player, then we wait until. Okay, player dot local player. Character edit. If not player, then player equals to player or players. Is it players like local player? Character edit. I don't know what is this, but this should wait until the player is really ready. Oh, this is for a fail-safe method like leader stats equals to player dot wait. So, so player. Oh, player. So this player is me, right? Print player dot name. What is local player even, man? Oh, I cannot print it. I cannot print this because it's not on the workspace, right? It's on the item. So local leader stats equals to the player. How the hell does this even work, man? Oh, return the child instance within a given name. The child is leader stats. And then the coin value equals to the coin leader stats dot coins. Wait, no, leader stats coins, right? It's coin, right? Oh, it's coin. Now I need to make a function. We wait. Yields a currency. It'll be a while, right? Mm, Repeat until player. Player. No, 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 no. It's like this, right? The player is player. And the player object exists actually. Oh, nah, yeah, that's true. We wait. Then we have the coin value. Mm. Okay. Wait, I haven't know what server script is yet. Every time my value change, it checks my upgrade button. Okay. So what that means is I need to make a local function upgrade current coins current coin value dot value, right? That is true. That should be true. And then if the coins is bigger or equals to upgrade cost, then it means that um button dot transparency is 0, else else transparency is 0.9. It will always be collided. Okay. Now coin value coin value is the wait, no, 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 no. Coin value is get property change signal, which is the value of the coin itself. If it's this change, then we connect the given function to an event. If it's changed, then we check for the update button. Wait, what? Oh, the coin script. There is 4 coin script. I see, I see. Huh? Coin script. Look at this, okay? Look at this. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I already make an OB. I make an OB. Simple OB. I make this. Yeah. What the? What the? You cannot jump through it. That's cheating. It's cheating, man. That's cheating. I need to make this bigger. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Why what? Why does this not work? Coin value. Why does this not work? Can I print this? Wait, didn't check anything. What the hell? Players equal game dot get surface dot player. So I print the player. Wait, I didn't even print the player name. I didn't print anything. Does it break? Hmm. Wait, didn't. Work, man. What the hell is local player local script? I don't think this works. Like, there should be a way for me to get uh, like player edit. Local player is not even a thing here, man. Yeah, local player is not even a thing. Hmm. Mm. Yeah. I upgrade button visuals. Holy. Oh, my brain. Ah. Oh, Mhm. Character is character is my character, okay? The player is the players. Hello, yeah, hello. How do I make the wait increment? Wait. Ah. Ah. I am done. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. That is it for today. That's it for today. This is my first game. It's a nice game. I worked really hard for it, and I understand a lot of things now. But it's really hard. It's not easy. But yeah, it's done, guys. No, no. It's just save it. No, it's already saved. No, I just close. No. Okay. See you guys. Goodbye.